Hey guys, so I wanted to answer a couple questions because I just keep getting a bunch of questions online and I figured I'd answer a couple of them in a video. And this one is I'm a 40-year-old woman and in 1 month gained 10 pounds all my belly. What type of diet and exercise should I do? Well, I'm not a personal trainer, so I'm not really going to give too much exercise advice, but I will say, um, don't overdo it. Do short bursts of exercise, do high intensity workouts, like high intensity interval training, do some weight training, do a little cardio on your days off from weight training, and do yoga more in the morning and your cardio or weight training like in the afternoon. It's a little better, just because of your cortisol levels and stress and stuff. And with diet, eat organic as much as possible. Eliminate your sugar. Don't eat soy. Try to avoid conventional meat and conventional dairy because they raise your estrogen levels, and estrogen can hold on to belly fat. And if you have high cortisol levels, that can also cause you to hold on to belly fat. So, I don't know who she is, but I'm assuming she's probably had a little stress. She's probably done a little bit of stress eating or been a little more sedentary or been craving those carbs instead of eating high fat, protein, and fiber. Let's see another one. Why is it not possible to lose weight by just not eating? You can, but you're starving your body, and when you starve your body, you deplete it of nutrients. So therefore, your body can super stressed, and you get anxiety, or you get depressed, or you're very moody because you don't have all the nutrients you need. And there's this really cool thing that happens with your body that 80 to 90%, 70, 80, whatever it is, it's like a really high percentage of your serotonin is produced in your gut. So when you eat food, it goes to your gut and tells your gut that you're happy if it's good, healthy, clean foods. So when you don't eat, then you're also telling your thyroid to slow down because it doesn't have any food to metabolize. And then when you slow your thyroid down and you start eating again, then you have a slow thyroid, and then you have a lot of food. And then your body can't really keep up with food, but you're still eating, and your thyroid's going really slow. Also, if you don't get enough fats, your brain can't be nourished because your brain is 60% saturated fat. So, do not do a very low fat diet, please. Please don't. That's mainly what I'm gonna say about that. Is sugar in milk as bad as regular sugar? It's kind of hard to say. Depends on if you have skim, 1% whole, if it's raw, different things like that. If it's raw whole milk, it's going to be the best option, even though it does still have sugar. But the fat is going to help you slowly digest it, and the protein is going to help you slowly digest it. So it's kind of like works in the same way as fiber. It's not going to spike your blood sugar and make you crash. Whereas if you drink, say, coffee with a bunch of added sugar, or have some ice cream, or, well, ice cream's kind of a bad example because drinking juice. There's no fiber in it to help slow it down. There's no protein. There's no fats for the most part. So it's going to just kind of spike your blood sugar and then make you crash. So milk is a little better option. Fruit is better also because of the fiber. Sugar is still sugar, so we still need to watch it. Keep it in balance. Is diet consisting of mainly bread bad? Depends on who you ask, really. But a lot of starches just turns into sugar. Then again, your blood sugar spikes and crashes. But it also depends on what type of bread you eat. Like if you want to do wheat, do sprouted wheat because the nutrients are better absorbed. It's better for you. Like Oriental people, I don't know if they do that really in the U.S. much, but at least in Chinese medicine, they actually eat a lot of wheat, but they eat sprouted wheat. So it's actually beneficial for you. It's actually healthy. So like there's a brand, Ezekiel, that is sprouted wheat. And so that's the best option you can do rather than like enriched wheat or like it's bleached, refined, whatever. That's absolutely no nutritional value, and it's just pretty much turned to sugar, and can feed cancer, can feed candida, can cause inflammation in your body. So it's not really good to have a ton of bread. If you can do at least like a brown rice bread and rice flour, or make it out of almond flour, or an alternative. It's a little better, or like I said, the sprouted wheat, and that's better than most regular stuff you get at the grocery store. Let's see, what else? Is is it advisable to drink more than 2 cups of coffee each day? Well, okay. I'll say the pros and then the cons. The pros is if you're not drinking decaf, then you'll be getting less processed coffee, and so it's going to have more nutrients in it. It's going to have more, I always butcher this word, but polyphenols, which are like antioxidants. You're going to get more antioxidants from like a light roast or a dark roast. The lightest is going to have the highest amount of antioxidants. But, so you are going to get those, but only issue I have is that coffee has caffeine. And with caffeine, when you have too much of it, your body gets immune to it. Like, I have been to a point where I could drink an energy drink before I go to bed, and I can still go to sleep. It doesn't affect me. And that was because my adrenals have been crapped out. Like, they just had too much of a toll put on them from stress, from eating sugar, from caffeine, like being so dependent on energy drinks every day. And I do natural energy drinks, but still, it still was too much. And it'll just cause you to have symptoms of adrenal fatigue. And adrenal fatigue, for those who are unfamiliar with it, can have symptoms of waking up, feeling like you're exhausted. Like, I like to explain it like you feel like you've been hit by a train. You wake up feeling like that, and no matter how long you sleep, no matter what time you go to sleep, well, for the most part, and you are moody, and you crave salt, and you crave sugar, and sometimes carbs. You need that coffee or that caffeine or whatever because it gives you a really bad headache, or you just feel like you can't move or do anything. You usually have like an energy crash anywhere from like 3 to 5 p.m. And you're like me. You can stay up at night and you're awake at night and you're more of a night person, and you have a little bit of insomnia. So those are some of the symptoms. There are more, like numbness in your fingers. I have gotten to that point where I had gotten numbness in my fingers from a lack of circulation. But yeah, so drinking a lot of coffee, drinking a lot of energy drinks, that can just lead to adrenal fatigue, which can have a lot of symptoms, and sometimes it's just not worth it. And there are other things you can do. There's ways to take care of your adrenals. Your adrenals are what produce energy in your body. They're a big part of it, not all of it, but they do have a big part. So, next question. I like this one. What should I eat if I want enough protein to stock up on muscle mass? First of all, Americans, for the most part, get enough protein in their diet. They're always stressing, I need to get protein, I need to get protein. You know how much protein is in your diet, really? Like, do you really look at it? Like, almost every single thing you eat has protein in it. Like, vegetables have protein. Milk has protein. Seeds have protein. Nuts have protein. Meat has protein. Pretty much anything but fruit, for the most part, has protein in it. Some breads have a little bit of protein in them. So you really get enough protein in your diet. Muscle mass is more going to be like doing a really hard, intense workout and then resting a lot and just eating a lot of healthy fats, protein, and fiber. But you just want to nourish your body and rest a lot, because rest is when you repair your body the most. So, yeah, I covered some topics and I hope I answered a decent amount of questions for people. And feel free to comment below and ask some more, but I'll continue answering questions. Thanks.